feeling of worthlessness deep down in my heart. The night of my birth, I was forced to have any lethal drugs pumped from my body. And the woman who I gave away for me to live a life full of purpose snuck out of the hospital room and ran away. Mystery, the unknown, beyond understanding, is the one thing I am blessed to have in my journey through life. Without it, I feel like I would have many aspects of my life figured out. And I would have definitely kept my thoughts occupied. The constant wandering keeps me motivated day after day, hoping the future will allow me to solve this mystery. February 10th, 1998 was the day when my life was glorified to its destination where I honorably belong. I am beyond blessed. I am of the most fortunate, and I am unimaginably loved by a family that has given me the right to call myself a believer. After my incident involving attempted suicide during my freshman year of high school, I was daily therapy to help cope with my deepest feelings. During the verbal questionnaire with my parents, the counselor, and myself, there was one question that drew me back to that mystery to solve one day. The question was asked to my parents: in your family history, have there been any repetitive factors that may contribute to the circumstance? I believe that adoption is beneficial, but leaves unknown elements committed to how the individual approaches life. I stand firm in this belief as a result of my maturity during my high school experience. Many people believe that adoption is a once-and-done deal associated with a person or animal taken from a messy situation and brought to a better life. For the most part, this is true, but what about the uncertainty that lies behind adoption? It is quite amazing what personally is very difficult to piece together. I know the reasons behind why I was put for adoption, but I don't know and can't comprehend the mind or the thought process that resulted from this event in my life. A child is a gift. It's a wonderful blessing, and it's brought into this life from true love. Personally, if I was to contribute to giving birth to a child, there would be no excuse no matter what God is challenging me with. I cannot raise that child to be my son or daughter. When I think about God's plan for my life, I become overwhelmed because of the worthless thoughts of myself, along with my self-esteem issues. I begin to think, what can my life really amount to? I know life can bring us many obstacles, doubts, failures, stress, and worries. But each day that passes by, I have guilty feelings that pile on top of me. God took me from a dangerous and hopeless environment, placed me in an area I could claim to be my home, with the most astonishing individuals I can call my family. But I struggle to remain happy with what He has blessed me with. Everything I battle with keeps me from recognizing how truly magnificent my life really is. Not including the worldly objects. Yes, the things of this world will keep us interested, but I feel like the contents of a well-organized family is much more important. Generally, I can be a very quiet person. I overthink way too often, and I let the simplest things to stress me out to no end. I allow too many negative thoughts to bottle up inside, to the point where a dinner-time conversation is consumed by unspoken words. My ambition as a human is to spark the mind that can change this world for the better. Lately, I have noticed a struggle of mine is not having the audacity to break free from my shell. Life is too short not to tell somebody you love them, offer a helping hand to the needy, or clothe the naked. Everything you do, every choice you make, has a reflection on what kind of person you are, or what kind of person you hope to become. Gandhi once said, "A man is the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes." If I want to live my life to its full potential from the boost God has given me, I need to think as positively as possible and face my fears of not worrying what people think of me if I say something or act in a different way. This whole cycle of regression of negative thoughts needs to come to an end. My life aches of this realm. I want to prove to God that the beneficial life He has given me is the greatest gift I have ever received. I want to show Him how much my parents mean to me, how much my brothers mean to me, and how much the brother and sister-like people He has put in my life means to me. I cannot take my life for granted. It's far too precious. I must treat my life like a valuable jewel. I need to protect it from the complications and struggles of the outside world, and I must not let one single scratch serve for the contents of my jewel. I feel like I'm living two lives. The life that God grants everybody with, more importantly, my adopted life. The life in which He grants salvation for. The life that is full of mystery, but also full of potential, possibility, and purpose.